unpredictable and relevant topic. And then my recommendation is to evoke audience participation somehow, either passive or active. And what I'd like to end with is all of us who are committed to improving our public speaking, one thing is important, and it's stage time, stage time, stage time. I would like to encourage you to take every opportunity you have for stage time and practice. So thank you, Claudette.
begin with, I loved the topic you chose. This was a fantastic topic choice for two reasons. Number one, it really is relatable to the audience. Many of us in the audience have children of our own, and if we don't, we have nieces, nephews, loved ones, and friends that we've had to show tough love to, and I love the way that your topic was so relatable for the audience. The second reason I loved this topic choice was that it really gave you an opportunity for you to connect with us emotionally. We could feel your heart break as your daughter was struggling with this drinking problem, and we could relate to that because in all of our lives, we have things that break our hearts, and our children, our friends, our loved ones, that we want to reach out and help them, but sometimes it's the tough love that we really need to get through. So I loved your topic choice. Fantastic. I also really liked the vocal variety you used, especially the fact that your volume was very appropriate for the room size. I was in the back, and I didn't have any trouble understanding any of your words. Even when you said it was 4 o'clock in the morning, you got a little bit soft to bring us into the dead of night, to bring us into the scene. And that was fantastic, the way you used your voice to bring the story to life for us. You also impersonated your daughter. Thanks a lot, Mom. And I love the way you used your voice when you said that line. There was a little bit of room for improvement, however, on the way you did use your voice. I would have liked to hear you use pauses a little bit more throughout the speech to really get at our hearts. And you can really, really play up the emotion with this topic. You can say things like, I don't want to have to visit my daughter in a cemetery. And the audience can really feel how you feel when you say that line. So there was an opportunity to tune up the emotion to another level that really would have brought us in. Another thing you could do to improve this speech, you can use a bit of you focus as well as descriptive hand gestures. For example, if you had been sitting at the bar with my daughter, you would have known that she had had one too many drinks to be driving herself home that night. And that really would have drawn your audience into the story and brought them into the scene, which makes your speech so much more powerful and connected and relatable. In summary, I think this was a fantastic speech. I really enjoyed it personally. I really encourage you to get out there and keep giving great speeches like this in the future. I loved your topic choice, the level of emotion, and the vocal variety. And I think there are a couple areas for improvement, but overall, fantastic job. Mr.
Sign all your ballots and fold them up. Once they're done, the ballot collectors will collect them. not do movies, but what's your real big interest you have outside of work?
I guess I really like reading books, so fantasy books are my favorite genre, although I actually just am currently reading a book by Philippa Gregory. She does historical fiction, which I don't even know how I got into because I don't even like history, but she's a fantastic writer. I really like her stories. She does fabulous characters. You can really get into it, so I really appreciate that as well.
Very good. Our next contestant I'd like to congratulate is Alexis Sanders. Now, Alexis wanted to have a microphone.
I did.
Alexis is quiet. Are you always quiet, or what really brings out and makes you loud?
I think I get very loud when I get excited, or if I get funny, or when I'm in judo practice. Yeah, I think anytime that you have the opportunity to be yourself or be around people who you know accept you, it's exciting, and at that point you're loud. But usually, I feel like I come off as soft, so sorry if you can't hear me in the back. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, what clubs are you in?
Yeah, I'm in 2 clubs. I'm representing today Sally Ball's Club, which meets in Edgewood. You should come by and visit us sometime. I'm also in a new club, the Impact Toastmasters. My company started a club, we're a charter club, which has been very exciting, quite a journey. We've had so much help from Eric and Carol and everyone. It's been amazing and really exciting.
Thank you very much. And Katina, how do I really say your last name?
I usually just go by Hunter, so
Hunter,
I should have
that's
just
what I
told you
thought.
that. So, but it's Becker without the. Becker without the.
So, scrapbooking, playing chess, horseback riding, camping,
travel around most of the Eastern theater, so I spent weekends in Virginia regularly. And from that, I've come to admire Abraham Lincoln. And one of the things that he said, or he's attributed to say at least, is I'm sorry, I would have written you a shorter letter, but I didn't have